Hello and welcome to another new year of the Daily Aztec Live. I'm Angela Kurish.
And I'm Hernandez.
We're starting off tonight with new information surrounding the death of freshman Dylan Hernandez. A county medical examiner's report revealed he did have alcohol and THC in his system. The San Diego Union Tribune reported his blood alcohol content was more than 0.2% at the time he left the party. Details reveal how members from the fraternity known as FIJI deleted group chat messages from the party the night of the incident. The Union Tribune received contact from the Hernandez family. They said the school handed them a seemingly incomplete investigation over winter break, claiming the school didn't look into the FIJI house or the fraternity members present at the party the day Dylan died. So far, 5 Interfraternity Council chapters are banned from spring 2020 recruitment. The Presidential Task Force has also established new limitations for the rest of the 9 IFC fraternities.
That's right. 3 new policies proposed by the task forces were approved by the school. These parameters say that IFC chapters events for new members must be scheduled between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. and that a staff member or advisor must be present. The Good Samaritan policies encourage student organizations to speak up about emergency without fear of penalty. So the school says that for a Greek organization to function, they must abide by these policies.
Up next, Career Services is launching a new platform called Handshake. This new platform will allow students to network and look for job opportunities. Along with the new features, the platform is a lot easier to use and only requires for students to create a personalized profile before viewing internships and job opportunities.
Well, it's been in the news every day now. Coronavirus. This is the name of a deadly disease that originated in Wuhan, China, and has now spread to 21 other countries. This worldwide concern may now affect SDSU and the study abroad program. Indeed, student trip to China this summer must be reassessed by the school. Support to international students from China or other affected by this situation is available through the International Student Center or the SDSU Counseling and Psychological Services. So far, the United States has confirmed 6 cases in 4 different states, including California, but SDSU claimed no immediate threat to our community campus.
Last Saturday, thousands of protesters took to the streets in downtown San Diego in honor of the 4th annual Women's March happening across the country. Advocates from all over the county and groups and organizations such as Planned Parenthood and the LGBTQIA+ community joined in solidarity for this year's march. This event originates in our nation's capital, garnering praise after Trump was elected in 2016.
Up next is our sports section for all things men's basketball called Locked In with Aaron Talentino and Cal Betts. But first, several measures have been taken against one particular fraternity, Theta Chi. They were kicked out of their own house. But what for? Our producer Jack Mahmoud took a closer look at this investigation.
Bottles, red Solo cups, coffee makers, whatever that is. Students returned to the school this semester with questions to the current fraternity restrictions, but they certainly did not expect this. Not a single sign of life at the Theta Chi house. Nothing more but boards and trash. What was once a staple of Greek life here at San Diego State is now nothing more than a trashed house and a bunch of plywood. So what actually happened to Theta Chi over winter break? It was an Instagram post back in December that sparked the original question. It was the Theta Chi chapter posed in front of their house with the caption, quote, "You're cold, frail, empty, smelly, and expensive. But Lord, we will miss you, 5505. Theta Chi knew they were leaving the mansion on Lindo Paseo, but what really happened to the fraternity came from a statement by the National Board who owns the house. In December, they were suspended and kicked out for hazing. In the statement, the national organization also said when they were suspended, the members vandalized their own home. Student Life and Leadership, as well as the university, said in emails they are working with the national board to decide how long the suspension on the fraternity should last. But for now, Theta Chi is one of 5 fraternities that are not allowed to recruit following the original suspensions on Greek life back in November. For now, both the university and the National Organization for Theta Chi remain tight-lipped as to how deep these hazing violations went and to what extent Theta Chi vandalized their own home. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Jack Mahmoud.
Hey everyone, I'm Aaron Tolentino.
And I'm Kyle Betts.
And welcome to this little segment we like to call Locked In, where we only talk about one San Diego State sport, and today we'll be talking about men's basketball.
Yeah, it's an exciting time here on the Mesa. We are back, and so is men's basketball from a 2-game road trip. They won both those games right now. They are sitting at 22-0, and they take on Utah State tomorrow.
Yeah, and this Saturday, the Aztecs look to move to 23-0 for the first time in school history. We already know the historic start they're already on, surpassing the 20-0 Aztecs, led by Aztec great Kawhi Leonard back in 2011. And the bigger event might be during halftime, where Kawhi Leonard actually comes back to Viejas Arena, comes back to campus to get his jersey hung up in the rafters. So that would be a big event.
Yeah, so the city of San Diego declared tomorrow Kawhi Leonard Day. So very exciting time here as he is getting his jersey retired, as you mentioned. And it's kind of odd to think that this current Aztecs team could possibly surpass the accomplishments that Kawhi Leonard's team had in 2010 and 2011.
Yeah, and when Kawhi was here, he was obviously an all-world player, All-American. The Aztecs went 34-3. They went to the Sweet 16. So, I mean, this team is on fire right now at 22-0. So we can see the Aztecs, obviously, a hot ticket on town, and this Saturday will be no different.
Absolutely.
And this Saturday, it was a sold-out game, big event, obviously, a lot of people. But there was a big issue with student tickets, claiming they're free student tickets. So, Kyle, you were in the midst of that whole situation. So could you kind of explain what went down and how students struggled to get their free tickets?
SDSU implemented an online ticket system in 2017 where students could claim a free ticket to football or men's basketball home games. There really hasn't been a significant issue with that system until now. Tickets to tomorrow's game were made available to be claimed by students for free at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. But what happened next will make you wonder whether the school even knew that this game was of the caliber that it's expected to be, with an NBA superstar visiting to have his iconic jersey retired, a top-time Mountain West matchup featuring a perfect team record at 22-0. Almost immediately, the site was flooded by who knows how many students. The site crashed, and students began to wonder whether they would even be able to get their reserved ticket. The mass confusion took to social media for complaints all across the board. No initial apologies on Twitter from Associate Athletic Director for Marketing and New Media Lisa Pearson, Go Aztecs, and Viejas Arena, even though they heavily promoted the event throughout the past week. Long story short, many students had issues with the system and were unable to claim their ticket, and by 1 p.m. on Wednesday, the student section tickets were sold out. The day after the fiasco, students who have attended the most home games this season were sent an email that said, quote, "As we had unprecedented demand for this game, the mobile ticketing platform we work with was overloaded, and I know that it resulted in frustrated results for many of you. We are working with them to make sure that a better system is in place moving forward to students." Going on to add, quote, "We were able to pull a list of which students have attended the most games this season, but were not able to claim a ticket yesterday, and you are one of those students." So I think it's a good move by the athletic department that they're doing something to help its students that have been loyal to the team and been there throughout the season. But even then, it may not be enough.
Yeah, and you mentioned, these loyal student fans are getting tickets, the ones who couldn't claim it due to this whole, high demand and everything. But where are they getting these extra tickets from? I mean, it's a sold-out event. So how is the athletic department doing that? We don't know.
Yeah, that's the big question. That still has to be answered. It's really confusing because you thought it was a sold-out game, but they're still able to get these extra tickets. I think there's a lot of issues with this, even though it's a good gesture to recognize the loyalty of these students. I think one issue is that these students tried to claim these tickets for up to 4 hours, and some were left empty-handed, even though it is a first-come, first-served basis when claiming these tickets. Another issue I've noticed is that a lot of these students who were able to claim a free ticket are selling it online on sites such as StubHub for $150, even $200. Then the last biggest issue I saw with this is that it's difficult to reward loyal students, especially during basketball season, because basketball season goes over winter break. Winter break is about 5 weeks, and there were 5 Aztec home games during that period. So it's kind of difficult to reward these students because many were not even here during this time. But despite all that, I think it's still an exciting time to be here at San Diego State because Kawhi Leonard jersey retirement, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, and Kyle, you got a chance to talk to Coach Dutcher and some of the players and to get their reaction, leading up to this event. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the coaching staff and the players alike are just really excited for Kawhi Leonard to have him back, honor his legacy, and have his jersey up in the Viejas Arena rafters. You mentioned that I talked to them early in the week, and take a look right here. Tomorrow is a big day on the Mesa. San Diego State men's basketball has the chance to take down Utah State, who was unanimously favored to win the Mountain West before the season started. But Saturday also marks the celebration of an Aztec legend. Kawhi Leonard's number 15 jersey will be retired in a ceremony in front of a sold-out Viejas Arena crowd.
A well-deserved honor, one we're excited for him, for his family, and for ourselves to put his 15 jersey up in the rafters.
Leonard played for the Aztecs about a decade ago for 2 years, but his impact goes much further. Before winning 2 NBA championships, along with 2 NBA Finals Most Valuable Player awards, Leonard started here at Viejas Arena.
You know, it's just a testament to what he's done and the commitment to his work and his craft, so all props to him.
Leonard averaged a double-double at SDSU. He was the Mountain West Freshman of the Year in 2010 and won numerous second-team All-American accolades the year after. Known for his stone-cold work ethic, Leonard has influenced SDSU's program significantly, stretching even to now, with junior forward Matt Mitchell, who hails from Leonard's hometown, Riverside, California.
Since he was from around my hometown and in that area, it really speaks levels to how hard I have to work and how hard I want to work to get to that level that he is.
But for the Aztecs, it's still all business. They hope to remain undefeated and improve to 23-0 with a win over the Aggies. And for the Daily Aztec, I'm Kyle Betts.
Before we sign off tonight, we have a very important announcement. The Daily Aztec will be doing its very own presidential poll.
That's right, and because 2020 is an election year, us in the newsroom thought it would be a great idea to see what you, the students, think about politics.
Poll topics will range anywhere between the Democratic primary to what you think about the campus's skateboard regulations.
The poll will be available online on our social media page, so keep your eyes peeled.
Well, that's all the news we have for this week. If you like what you saw, take a look at our website to learn more about what we talked about today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.